What is up? What is up, y'all? We are on day 43. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we started stream super late, man. That sucks. But hey, we're on day 43. How are you guys? How are you guys? We're gonna end up getting into some studying here. So my goodness. I think the first thing I wanted to do is that we were taking the BIOS quiz that we gladly failed with excitement. So I want to make sure that we could see if we could pass it, but also want to get some notes on it. I meant to have that already open after I took it. No, I need to do examcompass.com. Sorry, they brought me specifically to the test. So I want to open the BIOS section. I'm gonna have to get a couple of these bookmarks open for later. I want to see, because we're also getting into a little bit. Where is it at? I guess we could open the Unix book because I like to have that one open sometimes. I thought I had like the study guide here, maybe I closed it out or whatever, but we are getting a little bit into the file systems that Professor Messer is teaching. But real quick, I want to be able to show this quiz. And it's the BIOS 12021 quiz. I already failed it. I didn't get to take notes on it, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fail it again. But we are going to see. I believe I had this one correct. It was boot options. Then this one, how, oh wait, did I jump over? Oh yeah, I did, sorry. And I gotta make sure this says day 43, by the way. My fault, guys, my fault. Day 43, and I gotta set this camera up. I'm like slacking. I am utterly slacking. Give me a second, I gotta turn this on, set this camera up. I mean, this, oh, damn, I almost took my damn shirt off. I mean, my damn jacket off. Shirt is crazy. Shirt is crazy. Alright, so let me leave this here for just in case it did any comments. If y'all are here, by the way, make sure you're hitting that freaking like button. Then I gotta turn this camera on and we gotta get to some note taking rather quickly, y'all. Rather quickly. Just go and get a lot of this out of the way. So the next question is, which BIOS configuration helps mitigate a common vector? I believe was the USB permission settings. The TPM functionality in the BIOS UEFI setup interface provides. I don't really remember this one. I think it was stores encryptions, safely creates and stores crypto, and then I don't remember. Allows only trusted boot files to run a startup. I'm not sure. I may have got that one wrong entirely, which is okay because like I said, I didn't take notes on it. I just took the test. Modern motherboards features sensors near the CPU. I'm gonna just go true because I'm not gonna think too much about this. I don't know if I got this one right or wrong. Don't remember. I'm just gonna have to go with trusted boot or something. Which of the answers below refers to the boot password? I guess it says required to access and modify this, primarily protects unauthorized users. Activated only when entering the BIOS configuration required before the OS is unlocked, does not restrict access, prevents configuration changes. Maybe those, I'm not sure, we'll see. And which of the following statements does not apply, so ensures users cannot start the system. I think we got more right this time. We missed one. Oh, we missed a couple there. It was secure boot. Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, so we got a little bit more right this time, but I think we still, because I think last time we had a 54, this time we had a 61, but it was just, like I said, I never took the note on it. So now I'm gonna have to take the notes on it, and then I guess tomorrow's stream, we'll see how we do. I meant to take the note on it before I went to sleep yesterday, but yesterday got super busy. You already know the deal. I do too much in my regular life to be able to study outside of stream sometimes, so now I'm able to finally get into this, which I'm excited for. What is up, Harsh? What is up? So we got, after completing an initial diagnostic, the startup BIOS program checks for information about secondary storage. The list of these devices. I don't know if I need to write the whole thing. Maybe I could. I'm not sure exactly what to do here. But yeah, yo, I just ended up waking up. I'm like truly exhausted. I low-key don't want to do anything today, but I do have to go to work. So I'm like, it's crappy and it sucks, but I just gotta do what I gotta do at the end of the day. I just feel exhausted. I feel like I'm gonna get sick eventually. My partner's sick right now, so I'm like, it's gonna come to me. I already know it. It's just about when at this point. Literally, just about when. But yeah, I'm just super excited, super stoked. Like every time I do study though, even though sometimes I don't be feeling it, I get super happy, low key, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I feel like I can just see my future unfolding in a way. It's probably the best way for me to say that. I could legitimately see the future just unfolding. By the way, if y'all are new here or if you haven't seen my CompTIA A plus YouTube video, make sure you guys go and check that one out for me. I'll be super grateful for that. You don't have to, but definitely if you're free, make sure you check that video out and watch all the way to the end. So we got this here. Contain the OS. I'm still, like I said, catching up on Stranger Things, which I'm excited about. I can't believe that they're listing, I think the last 2 episodes or the last episode, I don't know, it's 2 hours long, so maybe it's the last 4. I mean 2, my bad. So, who knows, but I guess they're putting it in theaters, and I'm like, bruh, I can't wait. I still haven't watched season 5 yet, though, so I really need to kind of, like, binge it. I mean, well, I'm binging the whole season because I want to remember everything, but I haven't really been able to see season 5 yet at all. I've kind of spoiled 2 things for me, which are probably the major things that could have happened. Not gonna say what it is because I'm praying that I'm wrong. One of them is just confirmed at this point. I've seen it so many times. And it's just because I'm obsessed. Like, I love the show. And whenever I love a show, I love the team chemistry outside of it. So my problem is that I can't help myself but watch interviews, and they like to put some spoilers in some interviews. And sometimes they don't say that it's a spoiler, especially if it's like a YouTube short. So then I'm like, wow, I just sat here and spoiled the whole damn thing. I'm depressed. So when BIOS configuration option helps mitigate, or which one? So I'm gonna go USB permissions. I wonder if these ones actually, like these exact questions actually pop up on the test. Cause I think they made these questions for the 1201 and the 1202, which I believe came out about this year, maybe? I believe it came out about this year. So this is the BIOS configuration. Option helps mitigate a common vector. So then we got that down pat. Because we ended up getting this one right, but even though we get them right, most of the time I'm just guessing. I want to make sure that I'm writing it down and that I'm actually understanding. I really wonder if this would ever really pop up on a test specifically. Like, legitimately, I'm wondering. Let me do like 1 and 2 here. And then I think the rest we got pretty much wrong. I mean, we got about 3 of these right. I didn't know there was more. And I had a feeling too. I was like, I bet you it was the other 2, but I just didn't know. Because I'm like, whenever it says like select all that applies, I just always assume it's like 4. Maybe like 3 to 4. That shit was all of them except 1. Like, why would you do me like that? So we gotta make sure we get all this here down pat. And then once we end up finishing this, we could pretty much get a little bit into Professor Messer's file system video, which they, like I said, but that type of study, it kind of expects you to understand the basics. So there's like a lot of things I don't really get yet, but the good thing is that I have my laptop right in front of me. So when I don't understand it, just look it up. That's all it is. But we are on day 40 freaking 3. That is insane. I kind of feel like the days are now moving slow. Like when I got to day 30, that's when I was like, damn, time flew. Like going to day 30, getting to day 40, I'm like, time is flying. But now that I've been on day 43, I'm like, I feel like I've been on day 40 since forever. Like, can we please get to day 60 at this point? But it's crazy, just almost 20 days. Like, I think it's 17 maybe? 17 days. What is up, Helix? But you got 17 days there. Like, that's going to be insane. To be able to just get that, like, super far. To be able to get to at least 2 months of study. Which, granted, the first month was really more stuck on the basics, specifically of hardware. I feel like I'm kind of diving too deep into other things when I shouldn't have. Like, I think I should focus on the basics of hardware and then the basics of software, basics of networking, and then go into a deep dive. But the problem is that, well, actually, that's actually exactly what I'm doing. But a part of it too is I'm trying to also study a little bit for the CompTIA, so it's kind of forcing me to deep dive into hardware a little bit at the same time as the operating system, which could of course get confusing. But at the end of the day, I believe we are pulling this thing off. So we gotta go and stores encryption key and secure hardware. So I like that. Secure hardware. And for full disk inscription, I believe is what that is saying. Full disk and or encryption, my fault. I knew it was that one. Damn. I had a feeling it was the first two. I just didn't think it would be multiple, like that much. So then we gotta go logs, boops, processes to detect changes. And I should have known too because it's kind of like, well, actually, I don't think I would have picked this one. To detect changes, like I wouldn't have picked that one. I wouldn't have got that. But I think the last one, check system integrity before granting network access. Yeah, that's what I felt like I should have clicked on at least. Give me a little credit there because I would not have done the like fourth-ish one. Oh, oops, I think I skipped one of them. Yeah, I immediately jumped to the last one by accident, but hey. Let's get it. So before granting network access, there we go. Got to make sure that we are understanding this. Jump to the next one. So this one is true. Now we're not going to write true. We're just going to write exactly what it's probably saying here, which is good. This is amazing. So motherboards. I had a dream, y'all, that I ended up getting a donation. And I was just so ecstatic because I already had my first donation ever before. But that was like, I guess like the dream was showing me that I was getting them like back to back because I was like, I had the donation. But then I think I was in the middle of talking to someone and then they also gave me a donation. So I think it was like I had a dream of being a little bit further in my live stream career. And I was just like, oh wow, this is crazy. Like it was legitimately insane. I was so happy. I was so stoked. Because it just feels like, because with the donation, it's not like, oh, I get this money. It's like, no, what it feels like is like, oh, people see what I'm doing and they support it so much that they just sent something. You know what I mean? Or they, even if it would be the same thing if it was like merch, they support it so much that they bought a mug or something. And it's like, that gives you a feeling that you, well, I swear, like, I wonder if there's people who are like actual higher type of creators, like they're doing well for the system, for Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I wonder if they still get that feeling, or does it kind of get to a point where you forget, like you don't really even pay mind to it anymore, like that you're getting so much purchases on your merch or so much donations or so much good letters or good talks in person. Like I wonder if eventually does that ever just become like normal, or does it never, do you never get used to it? Because I was like watching a couple of videos, like especially since I've been watching like the Stranger Things interview casts. I was listening to a couple of their videos, and or there was like this one time where someone was recording them like going shopping. And I was like, that's crazy because, you know, back in the day, if you were famous, or at least like let's say YouTube famous, when YouTube was just kind of rising up, I remember still seeing people being able to vlog and kind of go anywhere they wanted to. And they would technically be like YouTube famous. Obviously, Stranger Things, they're actor famous, so it's a little bit different. But even now, for YouTubers or Twitch or whoever the hell is going like crazy online, even now, people get followed like that. And I'm like, that kind of is creepy. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of creepy. And I don't understand. Like, I get it because maybe people just act up when they see someone that they've seen on TV and it becomes like starstruck or whatever, that they start to act insane. But it's like, I don't know, like if you're just recording, like imagine picking up a camera and actively recording a random person. It's not that you can't do it, because I think in some states or most states you have freedom of press, or no, not even, I think that's just in general. I think that's in every state, right? Freedom of press, because that's um the laws that we have or whatever. But so I understand that it's something that could be done, like it's illegal. But I feel like sometimes we have to understand, like just because something's illegal still doesn't mean that it's not weird. And I feel like, some people they go too far. Like I think like yeah, seeing your someone you like online and you're like, hey, can I get a picture? Like that's 100% fine. But it's the people that like actively follow these people, like actively, and will chase these people and ruin a good thing because they're so starstruck. I think is where it gets like crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, and I wonder if they know deep down that they did some crazy shit, or is it like they're truly believing? Do they truly believe that they did nothing? That's kind of like my thought process. I wonder if it ever gets like to the point where it's like, well, this is just my life now, or is it always just strange? I wonder. Oh, I really don't want to go to work today, y'all. Hate it, hate it, hate it, but I got to. Gotta get up, gotta do my thing because there's other people who are at work today, and I gotta remember that. So I think I started with TR, but I was going with I was going with trusted boot, but it's secure boot. So we got secure boot refers to the advanced security feature, which is a great security feature. Hopefully, one of these days, I can end up passing this CompTIA A plus. I think that's going to be super goated to be able to document and go and show you guys that that was pretty much what I was able to accomplish with all this damn studying, y'all. It's going to go crazy. It's going to go insane. And then to also even eventually enroll for the degree, to even land the first career, like, y'all, taking y'all down this path is only going to get insane. And then to be able to eventually get hands on and be able to build computers, like, or even so, do like home labs, networking labs, buy modems, buy routers, buy switches. That's going to be amazing. And I really think that I could do it. I'm just grinding as hard as I can because I want to be able to do it by 2027. I'm praying I can get this certification by February. I don't really like to give a date though, because then some people kind of expect it to be that. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on, gang. Come on, come on. So we got systems start up process. Hopefully I can build a PC by like, hopefully I can build a PC by January. That's really what I want. There was only one correct answer. Oh no, there was three. So it's saying which of the below. So I've missed two. So I was completely wrong about these two. Wow, I was completely wrong about those two. At least I got that one right, low key. I was confident about that question. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was super confident. So listed. Which answers listed below refer to boot password? But like I said, I think it's because I'm legitimately thinking of like a password. So I think when they're saying this, they genuinely mean something that isn't what I'm thinking at all. So we got primarily protects against unauthorized users. Did I not click that? What did I click? I click required to access, primarily protects. Oh, you know what? It's because I keep reading too fast. Because what I read was primarily protects unauthorized users. So I was like, this can't be it because why is it going to protect unauthorized users? No, it means against unauthorized users. I would have picked that one. I'm pissed. Well, against unauthorized use. Yeah, I'm just going to put users. What are they talking about? The next one I did get right though, which was required before the OS loads. So before the OS loads pretty much. And then last but not least, I had missed does not restrict access to BIOS and UEFI settings. Refers to the boot this refers to the boot password that it doesn't restrict access. Like I don't know that. I feel like that question seems super worded. Worded incorrectly for me. Maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe I'm tripping. So we got restrict access to the BIOS, UEFI, settings, which is great. Perfection. On to the next one. And we are at the last one. So that's really good. That is really good. We are at which statement does not apply to the BIOS password. So the only thing is, yeah, ensure that unauthorized users cannot start the system does not apply. I don't even know how, like, that is confusing. I swear it said that the boot password does do that. So it's saying that it doesn't ensure. It says does not apply to the BIOS password, so it doesn't ensure that unauthorized users cannot start the system. Maybe it's probably just worded funny then, but I do not know. That's crazy, but does not apply to, I don't know if I'll ever pass this BIOS password quiz. Not gonna hold you because even with these notes here, BIOS is something else. It is something else. Let's go ensures that unauthorized users, and then we can get a little bit into the job search today. I just wanted to take a little bit of notes, give myself some leeway today because I'm exhausted. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll feel better. I don't know why I'm so tired. I slept on time. I went to bed at probably like, oh no, you know what? I did go to bed at 4. That's my problem. That is my problem. So let me come here real quick before we end up jumping forward. So we're going to do IT support jobs offered in the US, and I want to put remote just to see specifically remote positions. We were looking at Indeed the other day. Let's go look at LinkedIn, low key. Let's go look at LinkedIn's positions. Okay, here we go. What's up, y'all? Let's jump back. Let's jump back. So here we got technical support specialist, right? 50 to 54K. It's not bad. This is an entry-level position. It's for the Whiskers Lab. We're going to see what they are asking for. 50K isn't bad. I think 50K is about 25 an hour. I think. It's not too bad. So create, maintain, and follow clear, concise, accurate documentation, internal and external use. Troubleshoot and resolve issues down to the root cause. Act as a liaison between multiple operation departments, I guess the person in the middle, to ensure smooth service delivery for customers and partners. Identify and report, document issues. Oh my goodness, my back feels crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn this off. Almost deleted it, that would annoy me. Effectively manage and prioritize tasks in fast-paced environments while meeting deadlines. Support the engineering team by testing software and hardware, contributing to product environments. Improvement. Perform other duties here. We got the associate's degree or valid up-to-date certification in related field. 2+ years of technical support or customer support roles. They love them. Someone who's in part of the customer support. Experience using ticketing systems to track and resolve customer inquiries. Proven ability to deliver exceptional customer care. I can't prove it to you. I will send you a video of me being on the phone. And I'm just kidding. Just like, what am I supposed to do? This one's mid-senior level to 80 to 90K a year. I still kind of don't feel like that is accurate. I mean, senior makes sense. But a mid-level being 80K is a little bit crazy, but maybe not. Says we are cloud focused, but we will train you if you don't have all the necessary skills. I like that. With professional development pathways throughout the organization, with accompanying training programs like that too. Work with cutting edge clients in forward thinking industries like tech, startups, biotech, and digital agencies. We are poised for significant growth in 2025 and beyond. Need you to help us get there. So I quite like this. Acting as an escalated layer of interlaced support team, you will often interact and coordinate efforts between department leaders outside of your immediate service team. You'll also act as a technical leader in client-facing calls. I like that. As one of the highest levels of technical escalation, you ensure escalated tickets have a resolution plan. You will also review complex and critical service tickets in order to implement proactive solutions, avoid future client impact. Gatekeeper for key contact approval process, contact verification, adding licenses on behalf of clients, I like that, and quote review approval. Taking reactive support tickets to resolution and escalating if needed. working on proactive projects, proactive maintenance, internal initiatives, or personal education when not working with clients. So I like currently everything that's pretty much being said low key. Provide training to members of our team, provide interlaced clients with root cause analysis for emergency or sensitive service tickets with minimal to no escalated assistance. Follow and perform routine steps in client onboarding journey and or maintenance setup. Assist in updating or streamlining onboarding journey when applicable. Yes. Preserving, developing, and maintaining a strong culture that aligns with interlaced missions, vision, and values, and partner with interlaced leadership to guide culture. Like that. And here are some tools that they're talking about that they're going to be using. So I like when jobs do this because it's nice to be able to at least educate yourself a little bit beforehand. In a lot of these, depending on what job the job uses, but it says Meraki, UB, I'm just going to call that Mac OS, Windows Desktop, Microsoft Azure, AWS, simply because they're using cloud here, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft 365. I wouldn't mind something like this, because I'm someone who currently wants to, like I said, become a network engineer, but I do really want to be a cloud network engineer, I believe. I want to really get into the cloud side of things. Let's go here. This one is 5 days ago for 200 applicants. It's entry level, so I see why. So it says the A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, High School Diploma, or some college coursework, or technical school diploma. Serve as the first line of support for all incoming IT service requests or incidents. Diagnose and resolve Tier 1 issues related to hardware, software, peripherals, and operating systems via phone records. So I'm not too sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, real quick. I just wanted to edit this. Oh, you know what? This happens to me all the time. Whenever I don't put study with me, no one ever, like, that pissed me off, but it's okay. Watch people come in now. I cannot believe that. Happens every time I had a feeling. I had a freaking feeling. Alright, let's keep just pushing though. Oh, sorry. Let's look at some certain positions. So we got accurately document all service tickets. I think we already seen that one. Continue to build technical knowledge or application hardware, mobile devices, and multiple operating systems. So I really do like this. Continue to go on to the next one. They got J. Crew here. This is World Series. Insight Global was in a bad spot about 2 weeks ago. Immediately 200 applicants. They like them possibly a remote job, which is why I'm here. 30 to 35 an hour. And it's not too bad. That ain't too bad. It ain't too shabby. So I like how he put his name on here. The principal recruiter at Insight Global. I like that. It makes it look legit. So it's desktop support specialist. It's in Illinois. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. on site. So I'm surprised people applied. It does pop up in the remote position, but either way, let's see. Maybe a lot of people are from Illinois, but 200 people, damn, if I was in Illinois, I'll be like, Because I'm telling y'all, if I look at the ones that are in my city, it's probably not even 20. Not even 20 people. So 3 to 5 years of Microsoft hands-on Microsoft support, 3+ years of Office/Office 365 support, 2+ years in Active Directory at the user level, and experience troubleshooting network connectivity at the PC level, experience troubleshooting printers, scanners, and other peripheral devices. I like that. Oh, damn, I almost threw my damn camera. Well, honestly, I'm not even like showing the screen no more now that I'm thinking about it, so I don't really need this here anymore. Don't really need that here. Let's go on to the next one. So saying your day today, I actually really like this part. I love me a little bit of a day today. What is up, blue flamer? What is up? How are you? Currently studying IT support with the goals to eventually land a IT support role. I would love to get into networking engineer, but as of right now, this is currently what I am doing and what I'm getting into, which I'm super stoked by. Super stoked by. I gotta make sure I can find this image. Is it this one? Where the hell is my capture real quick? I'm realizing something. Okay, I was gonna say, because I don't like the fact that it looks a little bit smaller. Let me do that. Maybe that's better. So you're studying A+ course soon. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm like mini studying it because I'm currently still trying to learn some of the basics. Because I know CompTIA A plus, they expect you. I work at a warehouse, so it has nothing to do with IT. So that's why I'm currently looking for an IT role. But I'm currently studying for the A plus as well, but just I want to say like very mini, because let me zoom this out or something. I don't know what the hell that is. I just realized you guys could barely even see what's going on the screen. Because I know the CompTIA A plus wants you to know a lot of the basics, and I feel like I don't really know too much of the basics yet. So I'm somewhat like learning the basics while also introducing CompTIA questions into my study session. And then I'm also going to plan on purchasing, I want to say, I plan on purchasing Professor Messer's exams. I heard that those ones are really good. Then they have Exam Compass online that was kind of like newly updated, because it technically, I think the new one, the 1201 to the 1202, came out earlier this year. So it's like little exams like that. They have about 24 or 20 or something like that. And then they have different sections in there as well. So I think it's going to be super cool. You said your goal is to get into the data center sector of IT. Hey, that's what's up, man. I want to do network engineering so bad. I love network engineering, but I want to do cloud network engineering. That's what I want to do. Become a cloud engineer. I think that would be super crazy. But data center sector, I've never really seen exactly what that is. Let me see. Data, because maybe if it's something I'm interested in, because I'm kind of like willing to go all over the place. So data center sector. Sorry, that was a little bit going crazy. Is a critical part of a digital economy that builds, maintains facilities, housing, servers, storage, and networking equipment needed for modern applications like cloud computing, AI, and streaming. Oh, it's actually not really it's not bad at all. It says, but the sector faces challenges like immense power and water consumption, cybersecurity threats, and power infrastructure bottlenecks. That isn't crazy. This seems like a really good position. I never even heard of this. I never really heard of this. I might want to go visit. I might want to go do it. So what makes you interested in network engineering? I was just always interested in it because I felt like, for one, I like IT support and I like technical stuff. I like to be hands-on with certain things. And so I feel like for me, network engineering was just something that seemed like a good, stable career path that also introduces my passions of being hands-on, like with routers, switches, but also still being able to do things behind the desk as well. So I feel like it just was an implementation of something I was passionate about that I liked. What is up, Julian? What is up? You said, yes, there's more and more data centers. No, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think I might want to do that. I never, like, seen that before. So data centers actually seem pretty damn cool. So is that, like, I'm wondering, is that a specific position that you get? Or is that, like, the job, like, you want to be an IT support person in that job? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm kind of confused. Is it a job or is it the position? You said if you like the data center stuff, I have something for you. Definitely, let me know what that is, because I think I'm interested. You got team first, help desk positions, but obviously to be able to even get, or at least for me, to be able to get to the role I do want to get to, which is hopefully, like I said, a networking engineer role, or even maybe a data center role. I know that I need to get some startup experience with with anything, IT desktop support, or IT help desk support, or IT support, right? Because we're going to need some experience, whether that's like a year or a couple months, right? And some freelance work, independent work, labs, certifications. It's going to take a long time, but we're definitely going to be able to get there. And my goal is to be able to do all that, but I got to make sure that I go down the correct path. And I shouldn't expect that I could just kind of jump over to something when, I'm going to need to still be able to get that little bit of expertise, which really sucks, but hey. You said data center is something you'd graduate to if you were a good IT engineer person. So data center, okay, but Blue Flamer says not really. So I wonder what is the case? Because I'm assuming what you're saying is that if I'm a network engineer, I'm assuming you're saying that I could go from network engineering to data center. So maybe that's what you're probably trying to get at. I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. All I know is that it's probably not going to be as easy as just getting in there unless you start from somewhere. I feel like. because I know that it's definitely, especially when it's like a company that people I think are all kind of like, this is gonna be it. It's definitely gonna be hard to get in there. They probably do want you to have some sort of experience. You say you can start anywhere, in my opinion, but just at a lower level. Many people have done data center with no experience too. I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Cause like I think there's a lot of people who started in junior networking at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, well, they started in network engineer, but they started as a junior. But I think it's definitely possible, but I think it's definitely less likely. So I wouldn't say like it's not gonna happen, because you never know. It's happened for people. But I do believe that for a lot of positions, especially like cyber, network engineer, system admin, um, IT infrastructure, and then being a data center tech, I'm assuming, and I'm very confident that that would probably they would want some sort of experience somewhere, or some sort of like proving point that you could do what you're gonna do before they hire you in that position. Of course, there's some people who can bypass it. Um, but my I feel like my whole intention is to always make sure that I can't get bypassed. I don't want it to be like I get the interview and they're like, yeah, but you don't have experience. So I feel like for me, it's like I'm always trying to make sure I got experience somewhere, because I don't mind working for experience. The only thing is that these times are the worst. Like I gotta switch my shift in real life, because this it always goes into my real life shift. They said that they do have an overnight role, so that might help me. This job doesn't seem too bad though. It says overnight, but it says 9 p.m. to 6. Actually, this might be it for me. Is it remote? This might be it for me. So there's a channel by a famous German YouTuber called Der Bear. He visits a data center, video titled Exclusive Insight, visiting one of the most advanced data centers in the world. Pretty cool stuff. You said love 9 to 6 a.m. overnights is dope. No, yes, this is actually perfect. This would fit. I thought it was 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. But this is a remote position, which is great. And it's 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Oh wait, no, I'm still realizing I still can't even do it. Oh, that just upset me, because I'm forgetting it's still, because my shift at my main job is one of the worst shifts on the planet, y'all. One of the worst shifts. It goes into everything. I just realized I can't do it. I would still be at work. I'm just at work doing my other job. Like, yeah, damn, that sucks. I really got to change my schedule, man. So produce timely, accurate, and detailed service reports, take appropriate action on daily reports, and provide prompt status updates, offer minor troubleshooting support, and escalate technical issues to the proper teams, maintain, and interact. No, yeah, because I remember too, I was really like looking into wanting to become a network engineer, and trust me, I wanted to skip over all the IT support stuff, the help desk stuff, and no matter how I did it, even if I had experience in a certain way, it always would lead to the fact that your percentage of getting in is probably going to be like 60. And I know some people be like, okay, well, that's pretty high, or like 60, 70. They're like, that's pretty high. But for me to feel confident in a decision, it's like, I need it to be like an 80, 90. I want to know that like, this is secure. Like if I set myself up in this way, I'm in. And so I wouldn't mind doing data center tech, but I just know that I still probably would have to climb up quite a bit before even really getting there, which I think is going to be perfectly fine. I don't think you have to climb up like that much. I think maybe if you put in a year into maybe like IT support position, and then you put in freelance work and independent work outside of that, so you can count that up as like 2 years of experience. And then of course, you have your certifications, you have your labs and stuff like that listed on your resume. I think that could ultimately be enough. But if they don't want to take you yet, because what it kind of looked like it was an engineering role, but just for a data center. So it was like, I feel like maybe if that didn't work, then go to networking engineer, just so you can get some networking experience, because that might be the only thing they would say, is that you know how to use a ticket system, you know how to use an Active Directory, but you don't know anything networking, or you don't have experience in networking. So then I feel like if that were the case, then you would jump to a networking career and then try to go over. That probably would be the more realistic, like foolproof path, like bulletproof path. I'm saying that's wrong. Bulletproof path. And then I think, but I don't think it's impossible to just immediately jump there, because that's literally what my intention is to make sure I learn everything, get my network plus my A plus, and I'm still going to be applying to networking jobs. I'm just not going to get my hopes up because I know they might want me to have IT support experience, so I'm going to be applying to both. I want to apply to the IT support experience and I want to apply to the networking roles at the same time when I feel ready for both of them. So it's like whichever one takes me, if I land a networking role, then I'm obviously saying FIT support. At that point, once you land that role, you're never going to have to look back. Like, you've already landed it. But I know that some people have difficulty there. So I try to at least try to go down the more like stable path. I don't want to do nothing that feels, or something that's gonna, because like I know some people when they want to be in a certain position, they're like, I really don't want to do help desk. I feel like when you go into it with that mindset, you might not get there then, because you have to be willing to do the really beginner stuff just to get there, just in case, depending on where you live. So that's always like my biggest thing. It's like I'm open to doing IT support. I don't want to, but I will do it because I know. So Fridays is an optional remote work day. First of all, everyone's taking that. Like, optional? Everyone's taking that. If I lived in person here, I'm taking that, buddy. Enough. Says I work in security, finally took the jump to get out of this field. Hey, what's up, man? Say I'm doing a data tech intern within Microsoft and doing help support as well. Oh yeah, bro, you're probably definitely in from that point, because the fact that you actually have an internship is probably hands down one of the best things that you got for yourself. Because if you didn't have an internship, then maybe this would be a different story. But the fact that you have an internship, so you have actual hands-on experience there, for one, they might just hire you straight up. But for two, even if they didn't hire you, you actually have that experience on your belt that you could use for another position. So for you, yours is different. You're already basically set. You're already in. You don't really need to do too much at this point. Obviously, you can still stack certs and still do labs and stuff like that. But now that you have actual working experience, yeah, you don't really need too much. But for people with like me who don't have stuff like that, oh yeah, we're starting from ground one. Like, we got to make sure we can apply to internships, but if we don't get nothing, like, we got to make sure that we work harder on the outside, or at least get more experience. Not saying that you didn't work hard. Hold on. I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant to say that we got to at least get experience for like a couple of years before we could really walk into a field like that. But man, that is super dope. Congratulations, man. So you said that you had passed your you said you're studying for your A+, but that you have a nice little internship at a data center. So that's really great. Very happy for you. So stay focused, establish priorities for completion. But yeah, I just can't wait to eventually like get super started into my path, like eventually landing an actual IT support role. That's gonna be amazing. Like I just really, I'm gonna have so much fun, man, because I just sincerely feel like it's really a passion for me. It's really a passion for me. I love tech. I love technology. It's just super dope. So this one's a full 90K a year, which, like I said, it says full-time, no remote. Why does it keep all popping up in the remote section? That's like my only thing that like is super confusing. But yeah, because I also feel like with IT too, there's like another thing, a part of IT that I want to do is like, for me, on the outside of all of this, on the outside of like career building, I feel like IT has one of the most, you say you got this, thank you so much, man. I feel like IT has one of the most potentials in creating side hustles. So one of the things I would love to do is build PCs for people and or offer PC, phone, and laptop repairs to people, because I think phone repairs is huge, because everybody got a phone and everybody's breaking it, and they rather fix it before getting a new one. The only thing is what kind of sucks, but is with technology in general, is that there's always something new. So you kind of have to make sure that you're always learning something. Basic scripting, standard networking, I like this. But you always got to make sure that you're always learning something, because it's the new laptop's out, the new phone is out, this new feature's out. And then now you got to kind of know where that is hardware-wise. But I think it's super cool because it just allows for so much potential and side hustle opportunity, building PCs, and then obviously doing phones and stuff like that. But then on top of that, depending on your fan base, or like if you have people who watch you, like for instance me kind of building, I don't like saying fan base, I like to call it supporters, but me kind of building this YouTube channel here, it could be very helpful for different things like that for once. I mean, for one. But then also too, there's other things that you could do where you could create classes that ultimately teach what you know. Obviously, I don't know too much. I can't be a part of that. But I like how Professor Messer does it. That's literally like my motivation as well. Is like I would love to do it the way Professor Messer does whenever I get all the type of knowledge that I need and kind of teach people how to pass certifications or how to perform in a IT support job or network engineering job. Of course, I got to get there first to really know, but that would be one of my goals. Classes is just super cool to do because for one, it's just really a good, and then he also offers, buying certain things like textbooks, study guides, notes and stuff like that. So he's knowing how to like really make that into a business to really teach people. But obviously his goal is to offer value. And so that would always be my goal. But I really like that as an idea, as well as fixing phones and or fixing laptops and computers and stuff like that. Pretty much like you said get a van, pretty much driving up to people's houses and doing it so you could kind of stand out compared to other people. And then on top of that, you're still able to even do freelance, like field work in a way. So you're able to, if someone has network issues, show up, do the network stuff. And this is just a third way of making income outside of everything else that I just said. And it just gets even more crazier because the more that I go down the line, because my biggest thing in life is always open yourself up to opportunities. So previously, before studying IT support, I studied 7 months of making websites. And what I was always thinking from the start, or well, not really, but I want to say like when I got into seeing other websites, I realized that with my my web development skills, I could sit there and I could make websites the same way that Professor Messer is doing his thing, but I can make websites that teach people as well. And that could be a part of either my coursework or this could be online, whatever the hell. But the goal is that I could pretty much make that have ads on it the same way that like my YouTube channel has ads and I get a couple of dollars a month, which is nothing too crazy, but it's something, right? The fact that I get paid for the content that I'm making is, I like the fact that I have an opportunity. So I feel like same thing with the websites. Like as soon as I make those websites and I start eventually building that course and I have these websites free, like access online with AdSense on it, and then I have, the YouTube channel slowly building up a support base. When people go to that website, that opens up another opportunity of income. So that would be 5. You know what I mean? And the merch business idea that I got going on, I'm still kind of doing, but I know that like that one I already know is gonna go off the charts. Like I don't even want to talk about that one. But the thing is once you open yourself up to so many different opportunities, bro, it goes crazy. So Luis Rossman spoke quite a bit about the repair shop economics, especially repairing laptops. He specializes in MacBooks because there are so many and the models are limited in differences. Apparently learning to fix new models is quite time intensive. No, yes, it is because I know that they always add new stuff, but that's why I think it's one of the best positions to be in. But then, imagine, like I said, I'm sure there's plenty of people who want to do it. So if I put myself through it and I took the time necessary to do it, and then I was able to make my own courses, whether it's free online and I just put AdSense on the website and it, of course, provides value, I could sit there and teach people things in that way. And then so imagine like how that could be something. It's crazy. It says apparently learning to fix new, oh wait, I already read that. It says, are you in a course or studying on your own, then taking the CompTIA A+? I'm currently studying on my own, but I am now trying to bring in Professor Messer's courses, if you want to count that as a course, but it's not like, obviously it's not school, I'm not enrolled into anything, so it's really self-study. But I do plan on paying for his exams, because he does offer, I think, he offers the CompTIA A+ Core 1 and 2 exams, I believe, in a batch. And I've heard those exams have helped plenty of people. I think it's about $50 if you want both of them. Separate, it's probably $60. And pretty much I guess it's a good practice little exam thing that people buy and that help them. So I want to go and purchase that. So that'll probably be the only thing I really do buy to help me when it comes to the CompTIA A+. But it says passing on knowledge with revenue, I can see the vision. No, definitely, man. Definitely. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm trying to keep it all, like, connected. because I feel like the vision, oh damn, I never even noticed this was like in a worse spot ever. But I feel like the vision is like so real. It is so real because monetization, or at least opening up the opportunity for yourself, is probably one of the biggest things that you could do. Cause like, especially with YouTube, as of right now, obviously I'm monetized, that's why there's ads being played on the video. But since the channel doesn't really get that much views, I don't get that much in pay, but I do get pay. So it's like, it's pretty decent, I feel like, for the first time of creating a channel. But the thing is like, wow, okay, we got this opportunity here. Even though I don't really see YouTube as like a financial source, because I feel like for me, I just like making content, and I think YouTube is very difficult to kind of get it to that point. But if I were to ever build a supporter base, imagine that traction that goes to the websites I make. And then with that website that is offering courses in itself, it just ends up going down the line. It becomes like a rabbit hole. And I'm like, you know what? It just all eventually is going to connect. And I think that's super crazy. This is internal security, remote IT support, cyber coders. A lot of people ended up taking this role. I'm pretty sure because there's a lot of people who want to get into cybersecurity, and it's damn near impossible. No, it's not possible. They have a lot of jobs. It's just they really want to make sure that you know what you're doing. But I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't notice that time was like running slim. I do have to end up getting off stream a little bit earlier today. So if you guys are new, make sure you end up hitting that subscribe button and catch me tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST, or 12:30, sorry, p.m. EST. Sorry to be hopping off so soon. Well, I guess technically we made an hour. It's like 55 minutes, but I'm glad that you guys ended up sticking with me. You enjoyed and you've listened to these talks. I'm very happy about that because sometimes I be thinking, I'm like, yo, I don't know if I be talking about some good stuff. So I'm glad that y'all ended up liking it. He says, yes, opening your mind to new things and creating your own opportunities is something that people don't know how to do, but very beneficial. No, yes, truly. And same thing, but like, even doing YouTube in itself could be trying to open up an opportunity, but even so, with me having to edit those videos and learn about scripting and learn about trying to engage people, like those things are all skills that can be used in the future, or those things are all opportunities that can be used later that people don't really think about. Because, like, yes, my editing stuff doesn't look good now, but the more that I edit and the more I continue to do this for the next couple of years, you don't know if all my stuff can become cinematic, and now I'm getting good with filming, and you never know the opportunities that could present itself. You know how many editors that they need for movies, or editors they need for other YouTubers who are big and popping, and like, or how they need cameramen, and if you're good at, moving the camera and stuff like that, or filming, that just starting now could boost yourself up for later, especially when you have stuff like this that can show that you've done it. My YouTube videos can show that I have done editing previously, and then obviously when I got better, it's like, here's my real good editing. And I just feel like people just don't see, man, like how that could go crazy. Or even right now, like practicing vocabulary or practicing my writing. It's like, you never know in the future if I could write a nice book. Like, you just don't know. He said consistency plus compound interest equals profit. No, definitely. And that's why my biggest thing is to always tell younger people, focus on opportunity building. Straight up, focus on opportunity building, because I'm 22 years old, and I think this is probably one of the best things I'm implementing in my life. Obviously, I won't be able to see the results maybe until I'm a little bit older, but I know, like, with the stuff that I'm doing, even the stuff that I don't really say to y'all, I know at the end of the day, future me is going to look back and be like, I'm so glad that you did this at that age, or I'm so glad you started so early. And it's like, even though right now I'm 22 and I feel like I'm still behind, I don't know why. I'm doing everything I could, so it's like, how could I feel behind? But I'd be feeling like that. But I feel like just opening up those opportunities is just really the best thing you can do when you're young, because at some point when you get older, it's going to be harder. When you have kids, it's going to get harder. When you have a partner, it's going to get harder. When you have a house, it's going to get harder. And it's going to feel like you're not going to be able to do those things anymore. So for 22-year-old, you have a good perspective. I know you will achieve your goals one day. Thank you so much, Blue Flamer. I hope so. I really hope everything goes well. So it's good evening. I'm talking from Nigeria. Please, if I want to become a pen tester, what certification should I get? I believe a pen tester is for cybersecurity. Honestly, I don't believe you need the A+, but I personally would say get the A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, CCNA. I think they have a couple of more. You could if you want to get a cybersecurity degree on WGU. It's a little bit more cheaper, and depending on how quick you get that degree, if you did it in like a year or 2 or 3 years, it's way cheaper and you can get it faster than 4 years. It really depends on how you move. The cybersecurity courses, I'm not too sure. I think what I said was pretty good. There's some that you probably don't need. There's some that you could get, but I do have to end up hopping off, so I can't like look it up. I would have loved to look it up for you and try to see if we could figure it out together. Hopefully someone can answer in the comment section. I leave it on a little bit longer after I leave, but I'll be catching y'all on the next one. I'm so sorry to be leaving. I love y'all. Y'all are super goated. I hope. Wait, what was I about to say? Make sure you end up hitting that sub button. If you're new here, my fault. I don't know where I was going with that. You're new here, hit that sub button. Catch you in the next one. Deuces.